Well, greetings and salutations. Aaron growing in Portland. And as you can see, we're going to do a little tour of the backyard today. Those are my hosta plants. And we are in Zone 9A. This is Portland, Oregon, Park Rose District. Aaron again. So it is the end of season here, and as you can see, the raspberries start to die back. That's what happens at the end of all the season. I've been giving lots of the raspberries to our neighborhood chickens. And you can see, I just like to let it go. I love to let raspberries just go to town, and at the end of season, I will cut them all back. And we got lots and lots and lots of raspberries that have all, and you know, you shouldn't sweat it if you don't harvest all the raspberries, because they fall to the ground and they provide a sort of compost and all the seeds in the raspberries, and they come back. It's just, you know, I used to stress out about that, but I don't anymore. This is my Bing cherry tree. It's starting to get big. It's got some protection there. And as you can see, I'm propagating, these are currant berries. And I'm letting the lawn go. I'm continuing this project that I talked about before, where I've set up steps. And I'm setting up steps, and I'll add more, and I'm gonna just let it all go. That's what I want to do. So let's continue on with the tour. Here we have more raspberries and the grapevines that are all intermingled. And there is an elderberry in there and strawberries in there. And I just like to let it all go. It's what I like to do. I kind of like let the food forest just do its own thing. It all looks nice and healthy. This is another apple tree. That's starting to finally get some height on it. I believe this is a, well, since I don't know, can't remember. That's why you leave the tags on there. That is a Honeycrisp apple, and hopefully next year it'll start to take off. That is a cherry bush tree, and back there is another, more grapevines and elderberries and marionberries all mingled up. And this is my bird bath, which has now officially become a bee bath, which is perfectly fine. The bees got to drink water too. And if you've ever seen a bee swim, I don't know if we can catch one right now. The bees like to swim in the water, but they don't feel like swimming right now. These are the Concord grapes. And as you can see, they're not going to be ripe for a little while longer, but you can see them all in there. When they turn purple and get a little bit bigger, they'll be super nice. It's just early in the morning, so we're getting some morning shadows and stuff. But here's another elderberry. More currant berries. I believe that's a honeyberry. More currants, and that is more currants. And this is a great little story. I bought a apricot tree and it died, and I just left it in ground, and a new one popped up, and now we'll have a new apricot tree, which is just starting to take off. And so as you can see back here with this lawn, I'm gonna let this lawn go too. And just like with those steps, I'm gonna create a path down the middle and add more berries and plants and paths, and just let all this go and add all sorts of common plants in Oregon, sunshine, but I believe Oregon flowers and all sorts of native plants, and just let this food forest blossom. Now here's a cool little sea berry. I'm told sea berries provided fruit, but you need two of them. And I believe that is the male and the female is up front. Now this is a mistake that has to be addressed. Never plant a marionberry tree, even if it is a dwarf variety, in your backyard next to the fence. Luckily, my neighbor is going to adopt this tree, and we are going to attempt this fall to move it, because it does not belong there. And you know, but you make mistakes along the way. That is some more currants, and I just love currant berries. This thing is just taken off. Those are more marionberries. And here is my Rainier cherry tree. I've not got any fruit yet. Well, I get fruit, But because the tree is still small, all of the birds and squirrels eat all the flowers or any fruit that's made. But when this tree gets like even taller and bigger, that's when I'll finally get fruit. Marionberries are super delicious. It's the end of season. I've already made marionberry jam, and I made a marionberry barbecue sauce. So that just goes to show you. This is an Asian dwarf pear tree. It's doing well now. We're still a couple of years away from getting fruit, but that's okay. We'll let it go on its own terms. And here is my black raspberry bush, and it's also going to get moved somewhere else. That's my actual favorite, is the black raspberries. They're super delicious, and we'll find a new home for that. Well, we'll spread it out, basically. Here's my pawpaw tree and a volunteer tomato plant. Somehow the seeds got in the compost, and I'm just going to let it go for now. It's kind of cool to see the pawpaw tree and the tomato plant just talking together. Now here is because you have to have two different varieties of pawpaws. Here is the other pawpaw tree, which is planted in the ground as well, but it has not grown in like 3 or 4 months, and I'm concerned that it's not doing well here, so it might not make it. But I have another one in the front yard, which we'll look at in the next video, because you gotta have a backup source. These are more raspberries and blackberries and marionberries. And here is another apple tree. This is a Liberty apple tree. The fruit on this are super delicious, but this year I picked all the buds off because I wanted the tree to worry about getting bigger and growth. These are more currants, more blackberries, and there is a fig tree back here as well. This is a, this is a desert fig king. Yeah, a desert king fig tree, and it's hanging out here with all these other plants. I'm not sure that it totally likes that, but I mean, it is getting bigger. It was only planted a year ago. The leaves look fine. I'm not going to get fruit for another year. I just like the look of it, and Mother Nature is having fun here with the fence line. Here is a gala apple tree. The fruit on this tree are absolutely delicious as well, but I again pulled off all the buds this year because I wanted the tree to worry about getting some height, and I gave it lots of fertilizer, and it is paying off because the tree is finally starting to grow. Lesson learned: when you have baby fruit trees, let them, for the first couple of years, concentrate on growth. And this is my fence line with all the different varieties of blackberries. There are 5 or 6 different varieties of blackberries. This is another tree. This is, well, we're getting some, here we go, that's better. This is, what do you call it? It's the, pluot. The name escaped me. This is a pluot variety, and it is not, it's getting quite tall, but it is not producing fruit yet. Here is one of my varieties of blackberries. I don't know if any of them are ripe right now. Let's go see. It's not exactly totally ripe. Here, let's see if this one is better. There we are. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, not quite ripe yet, but they're getting there. These are my compost bins. I haven't quite figured out hot composting yet, so I'm doing cold composting. Here is my peach tree, which is just made a full recovery from leaf curl. It's doing quite well. It's going to get a summer pruning soon, which means this blackberry bush is going to get cut. These branches that are pointing down are going to get cut off, but we're going to let it grow some height, and we'll take off these inner branches so that it can open up in the middle and get lots of air. And yes, we do have peaches on here. They're just wrapped in bags, and they will not be ripe for another month. Tree's looking great. And on this side of the house, we have lots of nasturtium flowers, which I think are just totally pretty. More currants that I propagated. And I have a grapevine here that I found that I just put on this ladder. And I have no idea what variety this is. I don't even remember buying it, but it's doing quite well on here. More currants that I propagated. A little baby garden bed, which has some kale in it. I'm keeping it covered up right now so the squirrels don't dig it up. But there are lots of melons in there, but they are not taking off, so I don't think they're gonna work this year. This is some more raspberries. These are the golden raspberries. I planted this only 2 months ago, and look how tall it is. I can't wait for this to take over the entire fence line, because golden raspberries are so delicious. And this is a European pear tree. It's doing quite well. All of the fruit that it produced this year fell off, but you know, it's not ready to be a producer yet. These are more red raspberries, harvest variety. It's doing quite well. I think there's still some fruit left on it. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that. It's a nice little treat. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to have fruit left on it. Well, we might as well. A little snack. Now that's a bonus. That's doing quite well. I think that's where we'll end it for now. And in part 3, we'll talk about my corn and all my garden beds and all my tomatoes and all the other things going on in this section of the garden. Thanks for coming along today. Joy is the absolute form of resistance, and I just love this shot. I can't wait for these paths to be made in the garden and just let this become a fully vetted food forest. And I am no longer mowing the lawn. It's just not gonna happen. God, I love this shot right here. Joy is the absolute resistance. Take care, and we'll see you next time. All my best.